Welcome here to MediaCom Channel 22 and online to ColumbiaCougars.com. My name is Cosmo. Joining me this time around, we're talking the ladies at Columbia College on our Coaches Show. Coach Mike Davis, is it already 10 years? Is that true?
10 years, new season starting. It's basketball time, Cosmo.
It's hard to believe that you came in and relaunched the women's program at Columbia College in 2001, 2002, and here we are into the 2010-2011 season, and you guys are off a 4-4 start. We'll get into more of the season as we are currently, and kind of the transition from last year as a kind of a theme in basketball land over at Columbia. A lot of new faces between what Bob Burchard has on the men's side and what you've got going on at Columbia College. Talk a little bit about the transition for you into this season, a whole new kind of learning curve with a bunch of new girls.
Well, it's like we were talking prior to starting here, Cosmo. Basically, we're the same as last year, except we graduated about 5,000 points. Besides that, we're just the same. But
you don't need those, do you?
Yeah,
No.
4 seniors that had great careers for us at Columbia College and did a great job for not only the school and the program, but just all the way around. They're missed. But we have a lot of new players in that are filling different roles. Players who were here last year having to step in and do different things, but that's part of the fun of coaching, of people doing different things and growing from year to year, and a program changing and the dynamics changing.
And then talking about your program, your staff, you've got Kurt Riley in his 5th season, and Chris Duncan as well helping out. Talk a little bit, introduce those guys a little bit to the viewers on TV and what they mean to your staff.
Coach Riley's a longtime high school coach, coached for years and years up at Kirksville, Missouri, and did a great job. Took a bunch of teams to the state tournament. I actually had recruited a number of his players, so that was kind of my connection to Kurt, and we're fortunate to have him here with us. Chris Duncan was actually started out as a student assistant a number of years ago and has moved into another assistant's role. Great guy to have on staff, loves the girls, loves basketball, a great supporter of Columbia College. So both those guys do a great job for us.
And again, that's the chemistry, as we've talked with all the coaches here on the Coaches Show, as far as, obviously not just your role as the head coach, the main guy, but then you have the opportunity to bounce some things off of those guys in practice and obviously during the course of a basketball game as well as the game moves.
Well, I think stability is a great plus to have in a program. Everyone needs new ideas and some freshness, but I think when you have stability, there's a chance for people to come in and really settle into roles and know what's expected and fill into their jobs and their descriptions. And I think that's really happened with our staff, and it's good. But I think it's a plus for our girls too, because they're coming in and the same people that are recruiting them are there when they leave. And so many times college athletes go to a place and they may play for a couple of head coaches and they may have enormous number of assistant coaches during that time. And I think it's always a plus when you can go in and be with the same people that brought you in and leave that way. And that's I think that's a great steadying factor in a program.
Most definitely. Again, some of the new faces we'll get into a mix. If you look down the roster of the new girls, as far as you mentioned a little bit on the recruiting side, with I believe it's 7 girls from Missouri. Couple local. You have a little bit of a connection to Boonville, personally yourself, obviously, so that makes that connection.
I can only see the high school from my back door, so that's how close we are.
You have to be that close to the gym, don't you?
That close to the gym.
That's how it works. But a mix of girls that are from the state of Missouri and from outside of the state and from across the country, and even international flavor at times on the recruiting, and that's a little bit of a balance that I'm sure that you guys, how much of that is by design, or is that just, obviously going for the talent?
Well, I think you find talent and you recruit it wherever it's at. But I think part of a college experience is being exposed to different things and, some variety. And I think we have a number of young ladies from very close here, Harrisburg, Missouri, Boonville, Missouri, kids who their families are here at every game, and it's a great environment for them. We have young ladies from Los Angeles, California. We have a young lady from Brazil. So I think there is a flavor there that our students get introduced to from all different facets of life and around the country and around the world. And I think that's part of college. That's part of growing up and being exposed to different things.
And I think a lot of times, too, the pressure is on some of these girls sometimes that are recruited out of college or out of high school, rather, that they have to go to they have to leave. And, sometimes it's not a bad thing necessarily. The local girls that are talented and can stay home and play right here for the hometown team in Columbia College.
Well, we've been very fortunate to have a great local flavor. Last year we had 2 girls from Boonville and 1 from Mexico here close. But the state of Missouri has been very good to us. We have a young lady from the Springfield area who's doing a great job this year as a freshman. We have a West Strand high school girl in here who's doing a great job. They may not always come directly from that school. Sometimes there's a roundabout way through a junior college or another school. But, it's amazing how ties that you have in the past lead players back to you in the future, and very few times is there someone that you recruit that you don't have any connection to. Normally there's someone who played for you in the past, or someone who may have just gone to school at Columbia College. So there's lots of ties and lots of ways that good players get in here.
And obviously the fact that it's a winning program, and it, you know, continuing to grow every year, and the accolades that you see on the wall in the Southwell complex, and the resume that you guys have put together, that also makes it obviously easy to help recruit, at least along with the education and the facilities as the Southwell continues to grow now with the.
If you don't do a good job here, you get left behind. You know, that's it's a very competitive athletic department. Yeah. I think in a really healthy way, but it's competitive in the way that each team wants to have success. They expect to have success, and you don't want to be the one left out. So I think that competitive drive within our entire athletic program, you know, fuels each one of us.
Most definitely. More with head coach Mike Davis to the Lady Cougars. We'll get into more details on some of the newcomers and some of the girls that returned from last season. A recap of so far 8 games in, and a little preview for what's ahead coming up next on the Mediacom Coaches Show, Columbia College Cougar Coaches Show here on Mediacom Channel 22.